Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Helen and I am doing a quick, easy, simple meal prep, snack prep, fruit prep, juice prep, all the things. It's been a while since I've actually done one of these. I actually spoke to a friend of mine the other day and I was telling her it was a big adjustment to go from prepping for four children and myself to just prepping basically for me because Christopher makes his own meals. The kids are growing up pretty fast. They're basically young adults. They're grown now. And Christopher is the only one here at the present time. So I don't have to really worry about prepping meals for him because, like I said, he likes his own meals. But when it comes to fruits and having all the veggies clean and prepared so that when he does cook, yeah, they'll already be ready to go. The crazy thing is, I was thinking, no one wants to see someone prep or make juice or milk or whatever for one person or easy, quick, cheap preps. But in reality, there's more single people than anything right now, right? There's more people who are trying to just figure it out, make better choices, healthier choices, just for themselves, not necessarily for a large family, maybe even a smaller family, or maybe even some of these ideas can transfer over to family. Like when it comes to having fruit already washed and prepped, it's easier for the kids to make healthier choices. It's easier for you to go in the fridge and just grab a few things to go without worrying about, having to clean your fruit. So today we're keeping it simple. I just wanted a few soup jars. I just wanted a salad prep. I also wanted my fruit to be washed and clean. I did clean my refrigerator. I did not film that part. Maybe we'll do that on another video. I try to do that on Sundays because I like to shop on Monday mornings. And then on Mondays, I like to wash everything and then put it in the fridge. I don't really like to just come home from the grocery store and throw everything in there without cleaning it first. Yeah, I just like to take a time out, an hour or two, knock it all out, and then it's done for the week. So when I do want something to eat or I have to cook something, everything's pretty much ready to go. Now, in the past, I would chop up all the peppers, all the tomatoes and onions, and they will already be chopped, for quick meals. But this time around, I'm actually making a salad container. I've made them in the past. I bought these little cute containers with the different sections, and I would chop up different veggies, peppers, onions, even like the salad topper mixes, and just put them in a container. I pull this one container out and I would make a quick salad and I'm done. And the thing about that is I'm using or eating all the food I'm buying. I'm making healthier choices. I can see everything in one space. It just makes it easier. If you remember, I had the other container that was like rectangular in size. I threw it in the dishwasher, y'all. Most of my containers are like glass, right? Or stoneware. And I don't know what I was thinking, but I melted it. So I found another one. This one's round. It's quick and easy too. So I just added tomatoes, carrots, onions. I also added these garlic stuff, olives. They're so delicious. I love olives. Between these, the Kalamata olives, I absolutely am going to put an olive in a salad. So there won't be any fancy edits to these videos. They'll just be real raw. This is what I'm doing type of videos. If you are interested, make sure you are subscribed and click the bell so you'll be notified each and every time I do an upload. Also, if you like these type of videos, chime in the comments and let me know. If there's something in the past, like on the old channel, that maybe I've made, prep, cooked, whatever, baked, and you want to see me, do that again or show a recipe for it, just let me know in the comments. That'll give me some ideas as well. So right now I am in between training and a lot of schoolwork, but I am trying to bulk up my eating. I don't really eat as much as I should for as many miles as I run. I'm not running a lot of miles right now, maybe between 3 and 5. Like when I do go for runs, and that's like 2 to 3 days a week. Right now, I'm working on strength training, a lot of cardio, and weights. So, yeah, I need to eat better, have better choices available in my fridge. So this is just a quick prep. I will probably make a container of steel cut oats. It'll be just with some date syrup or maybe coconut sugar, and it will be with cinnamon and maybe nutmeg. Really simple. I'll just make about 3 or 4 of those containers, and I'll have those for breakfast. So if you were wondering, I do like breakfast. I have to eat something, especially when I come from long runs. I also like protein pancakes. So, yeah, sorry for my voice going in and out. It's one of those days. But anyway, these are the soup jars. In the past, I would make a lot of these soup jars. I just basically throw whatever I want in a jar. That's a vegetable, a protein, and then either a miso paste or like a vegetable broth cube, right? Don't really add a lot of salt or anything or any other kind of seasoning because the vegetable broth cubes basically have enough in it. I do like to add the body of seasoning or maybe like a little bit of a soy sauce but it's not soy sauce, it's coconut aminos. And I will add the chili paste. I don't have a lot in this jar left over, but I'm going to add it anyway, what's left. But I love it. It's spicy. It's delicious. So this time around, I did onions. I did carrots. I did mushrooms. And I'm going to add these black rice noodles. I found these at Home Goods recently, and I was like, might as well try them out. Y'all know I'm a sucker for a good Asian soup or anything Asian dishes. I love them. So I will probably like crunch up a little bit. If I take this out the jar and put it in a bowl when I eat it, I will probably add a little bit of bok choy or something like that from the garden. But for the most part, I just add hot water, let it sit in the jar for a little bit, and then get to eating. And this is one of my favorite things to eat. I absolutely love soups. I'm a soup and salad girl. I always have been. They're just easy, simple, and you can take them on the go. I recently saw on TikTok a lot of people were buying that little jar and it had like crushed up croutons and like some seasoning. I read the back. I saw it at Kroger for like almost $4 and I was like, no ma'am, I can make that at home. My first video to ever go viral on Instagram was about 7 years ago, and it was making the chickpea salad. It's so funny um, how it has really blown up. I love to see when people make it and make it their own. So this is one of my favorite things to eat when I need protein and I want something healthy, but with a little something extra because you know that vegan mayo is not that healthy. But I gravitate towards the chickpea salad. So it's really that simple. It's chickpeas, rinse and drain. It is sweet relish. It is onions. Add whatever you want. I add poblano pepper this time because I love peppers. I normally add a little bit of seaweed to give it that fishy like taste so it can kind of remind you of tuna, but it doesn't, you know. And I add mustard, vegan mayo, sometimes a little bit of salt, and maybe a little bit of garlic powder. And I just throw it in a food processor and let it process. Now, I would rather put these chickpeas in the air fryer and let them toast up real good with some olive oil or even on the pan. I just didn't want to make any other dishes today, so I didn't. I just kept it really simple and it still tastes good. Um, I just rather it roasted, but I had to get a new air fryer. It should be here soon. So next time around, we would definitely toast these up a bit. But this is one of my favorite go-tos, whether it's with chips, pita bread, a sandwich, even chickpea salad with an avocado toasted sandwich. I just really enjoy this, even as a topper on top of maybe some salad. It's just really good. So yeah, and I'm trying to get to 120 grams of protein a day. So this kind of helps. By the way, I always use like 2 cans of chickpeas and I do equal amounts of the mayo, mustard, and the relish. I just keep it really simple. I'm adding the body of seasoning, like I said before. That's my favorite seasoning. If you don't know, now you know. And I'm gonna just blend this up, pulse it real quick, and call it a day. I know I've said this probably 1.1 million times in the last years about needing a new food processor. This one's about 12 years old, and I'm just gonna order another one today. I have an Amazon wish list that actually started with my channel, the H2 Plant Based Beauty channel, with my gardening channel. And I would always have a few little things on there pertaining to like meal prep or whatever. I'm going to add that link as well if you would like to support my channel. And I'm going to also try to create another Amazon shopping list. I know people have asked me before, where you get this and where you get that. And unfortunately, after everything was hacked and taken from me, I no longer have like that list that I used to have. So I definitely need to create a new one and I will. That way I can share all my products with you all if you're interested in purchasing anything from my Amazon links. We are Amazon affiliates over here, and we do get a portion of the purchases do go towards the affiliates. So it doesn't matter if it's a penny or two, honey. I am so grateful for anyone who uses my link. These glass containers came from TJ Maxx. I haven't seen them since I bought them. I wish they had them. I would buy more, so I apologize. I'm not able to link those. I'll try to find some similar, but I'm just showing you the pita bread that I'll be eating this with. All right, so those who know, my truth moment here. I'm a salsa pico guacamole type of girl. Like I can literally eat guacamole, salsa pico every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When I'm in the garden, coming in and out the house, running errands real quick and I need to grab something, I will grab a tortilla, warm it up, toss all the good things on the inside, walk out the door. And it's just really easy for me. So I never go a week without making a pico or a salsa. Now, this time around, I'm trying something different. I grew a ton of cilantro during the winter. And when I harvested, I was like, what am I going to do with all this at one time? So I washed it up, kind of pat it dry, and I portioned it out in Ziploc bags. Put the Ziploc bags in my freezer safe container, and I say I'm gonna take one out at a time and just blend it up with my salsas. Well, I don't have my air fryer, so I can't roast my tomatoes and peppers. So I'm gonna boil them like I used to back in the day. So everything's in a pot. We have our portion size of our cilantro, our garlic from the garden. We have some onions, some jalapenos, and those tomatoes I just washed. Now, someone mentioned recently that they didn't know you can pull garlic out the garden, wash it off, and use it immediately. You can. It's actually much stronger and more potent than drying it. The only difference is it doesn't preserve well. So you just have to eat it. And if you know, you know, salsa doesn't last long here, but maybe 2 days, and that's it. So this is going on the stove. I'm gonna put it on boil, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started on something else. All right, so we're going to make some juice. I just pulled out the Nsma C2. This is a juice and blender combination where you can actually take off the head of the hopper and the juice attachment and just switch it out for the blender attachment. So since I will be blending up my salsa, I figured let's just use one machine. So here we are. All right, so I pulled out 3 of the cucumbers. I pulled out 5 apples, but I ended up using 4, and about 2 thumbs of ginger. I thought I had more ginger than that. I meant to make like some ginger shots, but I guess I used it all. So anyway, I'm just gonna make a green juice. I didn't want a earthy green juice. I wanted something sweet, and every once in a while, that's basically what I want. But normally, I would do the ginger, the cucumbers, and maybe 1 or 2 green apples because I'm okay with just drinking like the green juice with more vegetables than fruit. A rule of thumb is 80% veggies, maybe a little bit of fruit, or just all veggies, right? But I wanted something sweet, so this is why I'm making this. And I'm only making 2 jars, so it's okay. I'm taking the seeds out of the apples. I'm gonna throw everything in this hopper and get it going. Summer is approaching. You know, I'm in Texas, so our spring is really short here. So let me know if you have any really good, delicious cucumber recipes. It heats up pretty quickly here. And when it comes to these outdoor activities, working in the garden, running these runs, or even working out, I need a few more recipes to play around with just to replace some of those electrolytes, get some of that good natural salt back into my body. We lose a lot when we're outdoors, and the 100-degree temps, honey, I'm just not ready for them. But I would love to be prepared for them when it comes to these recipes. So hook your girl up and share a few down below in the comment section. Like we always say, 80% veggies, 20% fruit, but y'all, this juice was so freaking good. And yeah, like I said, mainly fruit, but it was delicious. So we're going to move on to another juice. Now for this one, I have some golden beets. I'm a golden beet type of girl. I don't mind the red earthy beets, but I really enjoy golden beets. I can eat these, roast these, juice these. I don't care. I really like them. So we're going to go ahead and toss these in a hopper. We're also going to toss a few apples. So basically 1 to 1. The apples and the beets, and in the end, I end up tossing in 1 orange just to give it a little bit of more juice so that it would fill up 2 jars for me. But yeah, this is good. I didn't have any more ginger because I would have added it, or even turmeric. I have none of that, so I definitely need to pick that up from the store. But yeah, this juice was really good. So the container that actually goes to this machine is in the dishwasher. But anyway, if you're interested in getting yourself a Nsma C2, a Nsma J2, any of the machines on their site, the Nsma M1, you could always use my code Helen10. It's always in my description box if you want to save an additional 10% off your order. But definitely check them out. Check the website out. Like I said, the link is always in the description. Last year, Lululemon hosted an event, and for the Black Girls Run, where they introduced the spring line, and I was part of the runway, and we had these jars they gave us with juice. They inspired me to go buy jars. If you remember, y'all, I love these jars. I get them from Amazon, and they're just really nice, good, heavy, thick glass jars with the black lids. And so I bought about 12 last year, and I still have them. They're really good jars. Definitely check them out. The link is down below. All right, so I am transferring all of the veggies from the boiling water into my blender. Now, it has been sitting for a while, so it's cooled off just a little bit, not a lot. Don't do as I do, wait for it to cool all the way down before you blend for sure, but I'm going to go ahead and blend this up. I normally put the top on and just take the little middle piece out and blend on low so it doesn't splatter or anything like that. But, be careful if you decide to do anything like that. I'm not saying to do it. Definitely wait for it to cool off. Just like you would do any other salsa pico, I'm adding a little bit of salt. I'm also going to add lime. I meant to take the lime out earlier and let it sit. Once the limes sit outside the fridge for a while and you roll them out, they tend to juice quite easy. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this, get it juice into this container here, the blender top, so we can go ahead and get this blended. But y'all, this salsa was so freaking good. I told Christopher this is definitely not gonna last long at all. When it comes to making salsa, I found that when I soak the guajillo peppers or whatever peppers you decide to use, the dried peppers, you'll see them in that produce area most of the time. And they look at the back of the packaging, or even in the season aisle, you'll see where they keep a lot of the Spanish or Mexican style dried herbs and seasoning. Look at the back. It'll show you the pepper meter on it. I always get the one that's either hot or right under hot. But yeah, it just adds that smoky, like spicy flavor. I don't know how to describe it, but it's so freaking good. So yeah, I'm making these and let them cool. Then we're gonna toss them in the fridge. I normally throw these in a jar, but honey, these not gonna last long. I'm not even gonna waste my time. So yeah, this is our salsa, and I already had like a small container with chips while I was prepping. Yeah, I gotta do better. So most of these groceries came from Aldi, between Aldi and Kroger. Aldi had these cantaloupes. I don't remember the name of them, but it's something different, like candy cantaloupe, something crazy. You know, these different varieties. And I have to say, when it comes to cantaloupe, the ones I grew last year was so freaking amazing that I was like, yeah, I'll never get another store bought cantaloupe because mine were so good, yada, yada, yada. Baby, let me tell you this. This cantaloupe right here was so good. I was like, I can't wait till tomorrow. After my workout, I'm stopping at Aldi and I'm getting 3 more. Yeah, I can just eat this in one setting. This whole entire cantaloupe. And I figured if I love and like these, I know Christopher's gonna go ham. Christopher and his dad both love cantaloupe. I was like, oh yeah, this right here, and it was like $1 or something. It wasn't like it was $2.99, $3.99 for those little fancy cantaloupes that they have at HEB all the time. They're quite expensive, but this was so cheap. I was like, oh my god, like that's a cheap meal. If you just want some grapes and a cantaloupe, I mean, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Definitely going back to get more. So what I do when it comes to like melons or any of my fruit, I like to wash them, of course, but I like to cut them up and put them in containers. In the past, the kids would always go grab a bowl, open the refrigerator door, open the refrigerator drawer, and just pick, whatever out the drawer, open a container, pick whatever out the container, and make like fruit salads or fruit bowls. It's just easier. I don't have any food wasted because it's already ready to go. And let's just say I don't have time. I am running out the door to go do XYZ. This container right here can go with me. So this is another one of those containers from TJ Maxx. This is a smaller version of it. But yeah, y'all, this was so freaking good. Last but not least, we're going to go ahead and cut this pineapple. So I normally buy pineapples, take the tops off, turn it upside down, and set it in the fridge. What that does is it allows all that juice from the bottom to come to the top, so you don't have those like hard pieces at the top. And yeah, I just didn't do it. I ain't had time. I just went to the store, bought this pineapple, and I'm cutting it and I'm going to eat it. Now, I'm not saving the skin of this pineapple this time around. Normally, I would, but it's normally when I'm buying more than one pineapple. If I get 2 or 3, I'm definitely saving the skin, washing it, throwing it in a pot, and I would throw it in a pot with some water, filtered water. I add clove and cinnamon, and I add hibiscus roselle dried leaves that I have from my garden last year or the year before, and I might add coconut sugar, like some type of sweetener, right? And I let it boil, and I just put it in a container once it cools off, and it goes in the fridge. And we can drink it hot, you can drink it cold, but it's really good for you. The bromelain from the pineapple, of course, all the benefits from the hibiscus leaves, and then of course that added clove, baby. If you're not using clove in your like teas or yeah, or even in your mouthwashes, like definitely look up the benefits of cloves. I've always been a fan, and definitely a fan of pineapples. I don't know when we ever not have pineapple at the house, even when it's not in season. We're a pineapple family over here. I just don't eat a lot of it. I mainly juice it because it tears up the roof of my mouth. So it is what it is. By the way, I like to buy fruit that I'll juice. So if it comes to a point where I feel like it's sat in the refrigerator, maybe one too many days than it should, I just throw it in the juicer or into the blender and make a smoothie. All right, so that's everything. My carb packs up there, my energy packs. I did buy dates. I like dates with peanut butter when I run some time as well. Bought some lettuce, even though we have lettuce in the garden. They were on closeout, so you know me. I see an orange tag, baby, I'm getting it. All my fruit is ready to go. My coconut flakes are ready to go for my milks I'm going to make this week. So if you're interested in seeing the nut milks, the coffee creamers, or anything like that, let me know. I do have to do another grocery run before the end of the week to get fruit because we did use quite a bit of fruit with making our juices. I'll have some smoothie recipes I'll be sharing real soon as well, so stay tuned for those shorts. But this is the fridge. I did pick up some beef broth for Quest dog food, and that's about it. So I'll see you all on the next one. Have an amazing day, and let me know if you enjoyed the video.